somebody who drew me to the sport of basketball because of his skill, his love for the game, and the discipline also. I mean, when I went to Braves first and I used to see Goff play, it motivated me to work harder because I saw people, even though they had the skill, had the fan base, they still work hard every day. Discipline and also giving back, because not only did he play for the club, but also he was a part of building the club out, having a Division 2 team, having a female team, and he was one of the persons that ensured that the club continued. He was one of the persons that ensured that basketball spread. His love for the game of basketball itself ignited a lot of us to want to love the game. People who were his height started to feel tall and bigger and stronger, and a lot of the guards who came up after him came up as a result of being influenced by him for the sport of basketball. And now that he's here, this time he's here with us to give back to the sport. He has had some clinics, and I want to say that I appreciate that, and that is really how a person should be. Not only you have the skill, but the fact that you gain from the sport and you can come back and give to youngsters, to teach them the things that you learn as a player that has now made you an ambassador for the sport of basketball, at least where I am concerned. It's a good thing, it's a good look, and I hope that he will continue to support the sport. He loves the game. He even played a few games on my team about 2 weeks ago, and we won. Still the same Gaff, a little bit older, still have the skills, still have a trash talk, still a great personality, a good player of the game, somebody who knows how to find the opponent's weakness and exploit it. And I'm glad that he's able to now teach youngsters about the game so that they can know how to play the game and how to be gentlemen in the sport of basketball. So, my friend, big up 100 times. Keep doing what you do.
Good evening, my name is Tyree Shakti, and I was involved in the Garfield Richards basketball camp today, and it was a good experience. I learned a lot about dribbling, passes, sharp shots and stuff. It was great. It was a great experience, and I hope it becomes an annual thing.
This youth, Garfield Richards, know him from about 7 years old or 10 years old. Yes, when Patrick Ewing first came to Jamaica. And there we are, this like a pipsqueak, standing beside Patrick Ewing, looking like a giant with a mouse. What you can say about him, fiercely competitive, never give up, always serious, always take the game serious. Run basketball in Jamaica from high school up to club level and go away and come back, and then still interested, as you can see Ben. So it's one of many years of coming back and giving a little something to local basketball in Jamaica. So big up Garfield. I just want you to just carry on, big up yourself to the sports and go out the youth and see in Jamaica. One love.
Okay, so who is Garfield Richards?
Well, I could put myself in two personality are two categories. Garfield Richards, the person, is just a mellow guy. Some people call him reserved, quiet sometimes. Pretty much kind, try to help people as much best as I can. And then there's Garfield Richards, the basketball player, who I don't like anybody at all. I'm just someone who no one should be in front of me. No one should be on the same court as me. No one should be on my level. So I work hard to be the best. I work hard to be on top because I don't want anyone to be on the same level as me. So there's a fierce competitor who don't like to lose, who pretty much just hate everybody that's on my opponent. I don't like my opponent. I don't care if you're my family. I hate you. I don't like you. I can be a great teammate because I consider my teammate family, and I really protect my family. But if my teammates switch teams, then I can't stand you. I hate you. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm going to try to win, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win.
You obviously sound like a very competitive person.
Yes. I don't know if the word competitive is right, because what happened is that I think I work too hard, and I think I work hard, and I don't think I should let someone who work not as hard as me to defeat me in anything. So I put in too much work. When everybody's going out partying, I'm working. You know, I'm running the stadium, I'm running the bleachers, I'm shooting, I'm jogging, I'm doing all kind of stuff to get better. You know. Pretty much, this is the court that I actually started playing basketball on. It's painted now, but you know, before when I played, it was all asphalt, concrete, real rugged court. You know, so now as it stands, this is a court. I practice every morning, every evening, every afternoon. So pretty much, it's not a, you know, a well-established court, but it did the job. It had a basket, and for me as a basketball player, it didn't matter to me as long as there's a you know, a backboard and a basket and a court and I have a ball. It was all I needed to play.
So Garfield, when did your basketball career start?
Well, it started about age 9. You know, my brother basically tried to get me to play basketball. I guess because his career ended because of injury. So I guess he wanted to live his dreams through me. So I started about age 9. Pretty much to get to the house, you know, watch basketball, I used to play around with the game. You know, I was asked to play the 12 and under mini basketball team to go away, and I told them no, I'm not interested in basketball. I was more of a soccer player at that time. So I started that time, but I fully started practice at age 10, and that's when I was on the.
What was the first team that you played on?
Well, we had mini basketball. PPS was the name of it. PPS. Yes, I remember that. It's a 12 and under team. So we had that summer league for the 12 and under, which they generally use that league to select the junior national team at the time, the 12 and under national team at the time.
Did you win any championships in any of those teams?
No, I
mini
didn't.
basketball.
I went close, and you know, at that time I really didn't know what it takes to win. You know, what hard work is. I was just playing it because fun thing. You know, it's until I went to Mexico that I realized, listen, these guys I really need to buckle down and get serious. You know.
What age were you when you went to Mexico?
I was 10.
And that was on the
Jamaica
national team,
yeah.
mini basketball team. Okay, where did you start high school, playing basketball in high school?
So Mr. Winston Harvey saw me at the stadium, and he asked me what am I doing, you know, and say, hey, listen, you need to be in high school, you shouldn't have wasted talent or whatever. And, you know, he's the one that actually got me to KC. So, you know, thank Mr. Winston Harvey. So, came to KC.
How was it when you started playing at Kingston College? Did they readily accept you, or you had to overcome challenges when you went there?
Well, for me, it was more of, you know, I'm going to take over the school. That was my goal. I wasn't coming there to play games. I was coming there because I watched a lot of high school basketball before I went there, and I was like, listen, I can compete with these guys. I don't care how old they are or tall or what. So that was my goal, to take over the whole KC. So at that time, I was the first 7th grader, first former to ever play in the 18. So that was a history in itself.
That sounds like quite a bit of an accomplishment. What about championships that you won while at Kingston College?
My first 2 years at KC, it was challenging. My first year was challenging. So, you know, we lost a lot of games, win a few. Second year, win some more games. And my 3rd year, Roger Marshall came in, Louis Finley came in. So we had a, you know, I think a better team, better core guys and then we started winning since then. So I started winning since 9th grade. So my 7th and 8th grade years, you know, didn't win anything, and then my 9th grade year we started taking over. And so Roger Marshall came in, and you know, as you know, Roger Marshall, one of the best 2 guys that came into Jamaica.
Absolutely. We also understand that there is one of your junior year, in terms of playing on the junior basketball team in the junior league at Kingston College, you won every single game that you played in that season. You ended the season undefeated.
Yes, that was a successful year. Like I said, I was very disappointed and hurt the previous 2 years that I kept on losing, because I'm not used to losing, and especially to teams that I felt like, don't should be on the same court as me. So every year after the season, the moment the season finished tonight, I'm practicing. So I started working on my speed, I started working on my agility, I started working on jumping, I started working on jump shot, ball handling. I just decided, I'm tired of losing, I'm not losing anymore.
What are some of the things that you did that was different outside of training to help to improve your game?
Well, fortunately, I live close to the National Stadium, so every morning at 5:30, I used to get up and I used to run up the bleachers, up and down the bleachers. And this is 5 days a week. So I work on my footwork, I work on my strength, I work on my speed. I used to dribble like on the sidewalk, close to the sidewalk. So if the ball slip out, they're going to go in the streets. So you have to protect the basketball then. So I started sleeping with my basketball. Help you to appreciate the game, help you to work in your ball handling. And I have a different mindset that I refuse to lose. And I'm not going to get up 5:30 in the morning and lose to people that go out every night and smoke and drinking. So my mentality changed. And I say I'm not losing anymore.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. What is your personal philosophy that you adopted at that time while playing basketball in high school?
Well, I had a great coach, Keith Smiley-Dale, who instilled the motivation and taught us well. He taught us about the fundamentals. He taught about hard work. So all he did was light a fire under me, kind of. You know what I mean? I was already fiery anyway, so this guy Smiley just kind of ignite the fire. You know what I mean? So I definitely have to thank Smiley. I had some teammates that pushed me. Kirkland Alvaranga, Carlos Henry, Andrew Williams, Merrick Foster, Perry. All these guys, push me, because there's always a competitive thing in KC. You know what I mean? So they push. So after practice, I'm going home to go work out on my game. So when practice over, my practice never ends. Never.
After such a wonderful foundation, such a solid foundation in high school, what was next for you where basketball is concerned?
As far as high school, I never played my last year of school, high school ball. I felt like, it wasn't a competition for me. It was boring to me. So I went to play Open League Division 1 basketball, and that was my next achievement, to take over that Division 1 basketball. I felt like a lot of coaches at the time didn't believe in me, and a lot of these coaches coming from the national team. When I was younger in high school, I felt like I should be in the national team. So I had a chip on my shoulder, and these guys that felt like I wasn't supposed to be in the national team at age 15 or age 16. I felt like I'm going to play them in Open League. So I had a chip on my shoulder, and whenever I play against them, I'm going for 40, 50. I'm going for the highest, and I'm going to win the game. So I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm going to show you that you made a mistake by not putting me on the team.
So you were obviously one of the prolific scorers on the team at that time in the Open League.
I try my best. I'd supporting cast. We had a great team, man. Braves basketball team had a great team. Sometime I take a back seat to Roger Marshall and these guys, Devin Daly, all these guys that prolific scorers. But sometimes, I look around and I say, no, it's my time to shine, because I'm not going to work so hard to sit back and allow anybody to beat me,
Tell me a little bit more about this Braves basketball club that you mentioned.
Well, Braves basketball started with myself and Roger Marshall. What happened is that we used to be called Midnight Express. We used to always play late at night in the National Stadium. It was a lot of guys from Swallowfield area. You know, it was Roger, myself, Conrad Hussey, Oral Stevenson, Moses, Denzel Finley, Rainford Bloomfield, Carl Perry. It was Paul Bennett. It was a lot of the dudes from Swallowfield area. And we said, listen, we put a team together. I don't think anybody can beat us. But every year we started to do it. It never happened. So, you know, one time Roger and I was like, listen, let's do it this year, you know. So we started. So we said we need a coach. So we asked Keith Smiley to come on board, and you know, we took off from there. So we started inviting a lot of our high school friends, and pretty much Braves started with our high school guys. You know, young team. It was like the youngest team. So it was new, young, exciting team. You know.
What was it like playing in this open league after high school, and how well did you fit into this open league at the time?
Well, it was a big transition because, like I said, I felt like my game was I was ready to take on anybody at the time. So I welcome the challenge. You know, well, I didn't think it was a challenge period because I didn't think anybody, like I said, should be on the same court as me. I thought, you know, some people, oh, you're arrogant, whatever. I don't care because I think I put in enough work. So, you know, as you can see, the record speaks for itself. Braves won every year. But I played, Roger Marshall played, but we had a core team. So I deliver championship wins. I deliver wins, I deliver championships, and nothing less. I don't deal with the second place. I don't deal with, oh, good, you almost know it. I don't deal with almost. I don't deal with good try. I deal with success, wins.
Okay, where did your basketball career take you after playing in that open league?
Well, during that period, you know, I feel like it was the next step. You know what I mean? I feel like I've accomplished what I need to accomplish in high school. I feel like I accomplished what I accomplished in open league. So it was time for me to play college level basketball. And I feel like, you know, let me take on the challenge. And suppose I heard all these stuff about, you know, the best players in the U.S. or whatever. So, let's see if they can handle me. You know, so I end up getting a scholarship at Seminole Junior College in Oklahoma.
Okay, so how was that when you just went? I mean, were you able to adapt very smoothly into the U.S. system, or did you face a lot of challenges?
The challenges I faced was, I was in Jamaica in a graduate high school, and I wasn't getting a scholarship. Everyone else was getting a scholarship around me. I took offense to that because why, you know, the MVP of the league, why this high scorer, you know, league scorer, top league scorer, top assist man, you know, top assist, top rebound, top steals guy not getting a scholarship, and I took offense to it. So it was years after, maybe 3 years, 4 years after I graduated high school, I was still there, and you know, I kind of like got disillusioned by the whole basketball thing because, you know, it was no competition. All the good players was leaving. There was no competition anymore. So there was no impetus to even practice or play anymore. So when I got my scholarship, actually, I wasn't really playing in the basketball. I was just whatever. So I went there totally, and at the same time, my son was born. You know, so the transition was very difficult. My first year, I didn't really, you know, perform as well as I should. You know, it's pretty my fault. I went there out of shape. I was still quicker than everybody, even though I was still out of shape, you know. But first year was difficult.
Where did it move from there?
Well, my first year I was injured a lot. I was hurt. I was hurt. My whole college career, both thumbs was fractured, back pain, back injury, knee, ankle. I was just hurt. So after I came back home that summer, I was like, listen, you know what I mean? I gotta redirect. I gotta get focused again. So that summer I really worked hard, and I came back. My second year in college, I was all conference, second team. You know, which I felt like I should have been first team all conference. My first year, but I didn't. Like I said, I was prepared. I was totally unlike me. So, you know, second year I got second team all conference.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Garfield Richards, good friend of mine, teammate. I love what he's doing for Jamaica right now. I think great person. Was a great teammate and always was a good basketball. Fierce competitor. Played against him in high school and then joined him ranks at the club level. Did hell of a job then. I think he continues to do a great job now. Thanks for everything, Mr. Richards. Jamaica needs more of Mr. Richards. Thanks.
Yeah, Garfield Richards, aka the counselor, aka the legend from Kingston College. One of, if not the best point guard out of Jamaica, in my point of view. Garfield Richards played the game with intensity. He played the game with so much art, and you know, he played like a chess game. He thinks through the game, everything. He made the players around him better, and he was a very, very confident player. Also a very good teammate. I was proud to be a part of an organization that he was a part of. I learned a lot from him. Most of all, when I first met Mr. Richards, he let me feel like I mean him Garfield Richards. So me feel. Alright, respect straight across the board. Real huge. Understand? Now, I like to talk a little about his high school days, watching him play. I used to leave my house just to come and watch KC play, to see Garfield Richards, because he played the game with so much high standard. He set the standard for point guards in this country. And I'm glad to have known him and be a part of everything that he represents. Now he is here back in Jamaica now, trying to give back to the youths, trying to set the standard or let them play the standard that he once set for all of us. We were always judged by the way he played. Even in practice, I remember teammate Roger Marshall always said, look, that's not how the man used to play when he was here. So we all had to live up to that level of playing. And as I said before, he made his team better. He made us be confident and everything. Goff was a player like this. He wasn't scared to take on any challenge. I remember a game he was playing against Harborview Lakers. In that game, he was playing on a shaken ankle. His ankle was maybe, I don't know how bad, severe it was. But he still played the game as if he was 100%. Unfortunately, they lost the game by about 2 points, I think. Roger Marshall was at the line trying to get 3 shots to tie the game, but that's how it went. But he played the game very, very, very courageous. That's how he played the game, like a real warrior, right? And from my point of view, I think that given the right channel, or if he was in the right position, he would have gone pro. I don't know that none at all. Goff would have gone pro if he was in the right position. And that's most of what I want to say about Goff right now.
So Garfield, after playing in college, did you ever think about, or did you actually represent your national team?
Yes, I played Jamaica national team 12 and under, 15 and under, 19 and under, men's unlimited. I was a captain for all the teams. Played in Buffalo, New York, played in Barbados, played on several teams from college that came here to play us.
So what about the men's senior team? Did you actually get an opportunity to represent them after college?
Yes. I played for the national team. I come here every summer to play for the national team until I think 1999, 98, something like that, when I got cut from the national team.
So what is it that fueled this cut from the national team?
What happened was I felt like there's a lot of foreign-based players that came at the time and was treated differently from the local players. I don't believe in treating people unfairly, so I stood up against it, and I felt like that was one of the reasons why I was cut, because I didn't see how the league MVP or the league scorer, 2-time all-conference playing college, cut from a Jamaica national team. I didn't get it, you know. I felt like it's pretty much a personal thing. Hey, you know, this guy we need to shut him up so I could cut him from the team, kind of thing. So, you know, that's what happened. You know, what I mean, I feel like they treat the local players like they're not even human being at the time, you know. And I didn't like how they was handling the foreign-based players as compared to local players.
What was the difference in terms of how they treated them?
I felt like, you know, because I was there the whole summer, and foreign-based players come down maybe a few days before the tournament, and first of all, they're walking late. While we running, you know, they come in, they're walking late, and all they do is scrimmage. They don't do any practice, they just come in and scrimmage. And so I'm like, hold on, why we have to do all these laps and they just get to sit down and they, first of all, they took 45 minutes to even put on, you know, get dressed. So I don't think I should be running, and they don't. Why should they sit around? They don't talk about the sun too hot, or the car running the concrete because of their knees and all kind of nonsense. Like, I was a foreign-based player too, you know what I mean? So I didn't want them to treat me that way, you know what I mean? Because I feel like Jamaica team is supposed to be treated as Jamaica team. It shouldn't be foreign-based Jamaica team and local-based Jamaica team. Jamaica team is Jamaica team. So I had a problem with that. So I spoke out against it, and next thing I know, I was cut from the team.
Did you ever get another opportunity to play for Jamaica since that time?
No. I felt like I was blacklisted. Because of that. Because what I said afterwards, people asked me what happened. Like, the news media asked me why Jamaica captain for many years didn't make the team, and I told them. And kind of like want me to keep quiet. But you know me, I'm gonna talk. You know, if you're gonna be unfair or show some injustice, I'm gonna talk. I don't care. I'm not here to please anybody or anyone like me. I'm gonna speak up. So I feel like I was blacklisted. I never got even mentioned after that to play in the national team, and I was in my prime. You know, looking like 26, 27-year-old guy. You know, 25, 26, 27. I didn't even get not even an invitation to practice with the national team. So.
That obviously did not stop you, however, because here you are putting on the Garfield Richards basketball camp. Just tell us a little bit more about this, and how did it start?
Well, pretty much, you know, I allow these people to affect my goals, which is try to help others, you know. So pretty much for years I just isolate myself from the whole Jamaica Basketball Association. Once in a while, I try to help some guys individually get scholarships and stuff like that. But I decided, you know what, now we have a new administration and you know, I just want to be a part of it. So I decided to come here and help these guys. Hopefully, help them in transition from here to the States, to play college ball or wherever.
Today was the Garfield Richards basketball camp. It was a good experience. I learned some new drills and things that I could use to make my game better, make me even more advanced than some players. I could even make it to the next level. It's simple drills. It's not hard. It was a good camp. That's all I really have to say.
Garfield Richards. Okay, wow. Well, Garfield Richards and I will go way back, you know, from we were 10, 11 years old, you know, playing in the mini league, and then subsequently for the mini national team. You know, Garfield is one of the persons who always encourages his teammates. You know, we had a pretty good foundation in terms of how we learned the game of basketball, because it was always mirrored with life, and that is one of the things that is always encouraging to that crop of players at the time, in terms of, for us, not just about basketball, but for us to be successful people in life. Now, Garfield, when I started playing the game, you know, it was encouraging to see somebody who was you know, in my height range, so to speak. But man, his skill set was way above somebody even of his age at the time. He always, like I said, encourages teammates. You know, he's a winner. He's very competitive no matter what you're doing. He's always very competitive. When we used to shoot, you know, we have shooting drills, that kind of thing. Garfield used to want to go again, you know, because the ball maybe touched the rim before going. He always wanted it, you know, to get what is known as a sushi, you know, nothing but net. We have won a couple of championships, you know, together, and he's always the man, so to speak, you know, being on the team. He's the standard by which most others are judged, you know. He always played, like I said, above his age, you know, and height too, because he's the one who epitomizes, you know, it's not how tall you are, but it's how tall you play. You know, because it doesn't matter, even if you're a 7-footer, Garfield's gonna, he wants to mark everybody and anybody, you know, and you know, we were also taught that nobody who doesn't train as hard as you do is supposed to beat you. And because of that, he puts in a lot of work, you know, to get his game to where it is. And the results have shown, you know, he, in terms of basketball, he has won at every level, you know, in Jamaica, you know, all the competitions, the school competition, the open league competitions, you know, subsequently after Kingston College, of course, with Braves, you know, and I mean, taking his game abroad, learning a little bit more about the game, and now being a teacher of the sport. There's no better person to teach a game, because this is a man who has learned not just skills, you know, but it's all about the philosophy that he has adopted at a young age. Our philosophy while learning the game was hard work is the best fuel to the vehicle of success. And what I've seen from Garfield Richards, nothing has changed. You know, it's about hard work, always about digging in. It's not about what is the easiest route. No, you know, it's about just digging in and putting in some work, and then you'll yield the respective results. Garfield Richards is a man who I'll support in whatever way I can, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. Once I can, I will give him my support, because he's a man who works hard and he believes in success. And what can I say? You know, if he continues along that path, it will be nothing else but success. Okay, Garfield, an established player as yourself, tell me, what do you think is the difference between the players then and the players now?
Well, the big difference is, I think back then we were more hungrier. I think we had better coaching. We had a goal. We're more goal oriented. We're playing because we're trying to achieve something. I think the players know just playing because it's exciting and it's fun. You know, they don't care if they win or lose. It's just playing. Oh yeah, you know, I cross you over or whatever. You know, but back then the players then wanted to, you know, get a scholarship, want to play in the NBA, want to play pros, want to, you know, they're just more hungry, and they have a goal and they try to reach the goal. You know, these players want things to be handed on to them. You know, all the guys back then used to contact coaches in the States, used to write letters, you know, used to try to do something. You know, there's no handouts at that time. No, I feel like these players want to wait on you to hand them a scholarship or you know, hand them, you know, some success or something. They don't want to go and get it. You know, I don't see none of them practicing. I don't see them practicing. I see them practice only in practice. They don't practice on their own. You know, so that's pretty much just play basketball.
Would you then say that hard work indeed is the best fuel to the vehicle of success?
Of course, definitely. If you work hard, you're gonna achieve. You know, you're gonna achieve. You're gonna achieve. You work hard, you're gonna achieve. And you see, the difference is hard work. There's hard work and there's hard work with a purpose. So you want to work hard with a purpose. Don't just work hard, just work hard. You know, work hard with a purpose, work hard with a goal. Okay?
You are someone with a very hard work ethic and someone who's also very competitive, and you have achieved a lot. What would you say to some of the younger persons who are coming up playing basketball, who want to be like Garfield Richards?
Well, you have to separate yourself from everyone else. There's the time you set for, just like you do a studying, for schoolwork, you have a time you set for your, a study timetable, and you have time you set for basketball. You have the fundamental part of it, you have the cardio part of it, you understand, and there's the skills and development part of it. So you have to set those times aside, and then after that you can deal with the other aspect of your life. So if you want to achieve, you have to make that sacrifice. Some people, I'm studying, I'm working, I can't go work out, or I can't. There's no excuse. I don't care what your life is. You want something, you have to achieve it. You have to go get it. So you have to set aside time to be successful.
Garfield Richards, basketball player, and now the man who is running the Garfield Richards basketball camp. Thank you so much, and all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.